Imagine if you went into retirement 1, maybe 2 years later, then all of a sudden your FERS pension got reduced and maybe cut into half. What type of impact would that have on your lifestyle? More importantly, is there a way that you could avoid that? So today we have a question from Doug, and if you will, there's a direct question that I'm going to answer, but there's also an underlying question which sometimes gets missed by a lot of federal employees that I want to make sure we talk about. And this one says, I'm retiring on 12/31 at the age of 56. I'm going to assume that's Doug's MRA. Will my FERS supplement calculation include my current year's earnings after they get reported to Social Security? I know the supplement is based on an estimated Social Security at 62, and it would make a difference given the inclusion of 2019 earnings, but this will take time to show up in Social Security, since there's an update earnings after report to the agency, which can take 30 to 60 days. Thanks, Doug. Doug, that is a great question. So the short answer is, let's talk about this special retirement supplement to make sure we're all on the same page. Your benefits that you get as a Fed were based on 3 things. Your retirement benefits, right? Your FERS pension, Social Security, and TSP. Now your FERS pension, you can retire early before Social Security starts, which is a great news. So that means they created a gap filler between when you can retire and age 62 when Social Security starts, and that's called the FERS supplement or special retirement supplement. Now in order to qualify for this, you have to retire with the eligibility of a full immediate pension. So what that means is you gotta be your MRA, minimum retirement age, and have at least 30 years of federal service, or you gotta be age 60 and have at least 20 years of federal service. If you retire under one of those categories, not only do you get your FERS pension, but you get this supplement as well up until the age of 62, and then it turns into a pumpkin and it stops. So Doug is retiring here. His MRA is going to be 56, and he's going to have over 30 years of federal service, and he's going to get the supplement. But Doug, as you bring out, you have a lot of earnings that are going to come up this year, but Social Security is 2 years behind in determining your Social Security benefit with your earnings. So yes, it will catch up. Yes, OPM is going to take that into calculation when they calculate your benefit, your current earnings, but it generally takes a year or so in order for that to be reflected in your FERS supplement. So yes, it should be there, but it doesn't have a huge consequence unless you're having a really big jump in pay. So I wouldn't expect a lot of change inside of there because it's based on what's called your AMI, your average index monthly earnings over time, but it should be there. There's a hidden question inside of here that I want to talk about that a lot of people miss, and it's an earnings limitation, which is going to be there. So the way that this is designed, the special retirement supplement, is you're going to get this additional income that's going to come in, but there's an earnings limit on it. The way that earnings limit works, this is just for your FERS supplement, your FERS special retirement supplement. If you make more than $18,000 in change, I think it's $18,260, let's just go round numbers. If you make more than $18,000 of earned income once you've retired, for every $2 you make above $18,000, they're gonna take $1 of your FERS supplement benefit away. This is really important. So what's included as earned income? W-2 income. So if you go get a part-time job, a lot of people retire at 56 don't stay retired, they go and do something else. Well, that income could reduce your FERS supplement that you're getting. This could be self-employment income, which is often filed on tax form as Schedule C. That's going to be there as well. What does this not include? What doesn't include in the earnings limitation is your federal pension, interest earnings, dividend earnings, Roth, IRA distributions, TSP distributions. While those might be taxable, they're not subject to this income earnings of $18,000. The reason I bring it up as a bit of a catch is what happens is a lot of people retire, they retire early, 56 is still young to be retired. A couple years later, they want to help a friend out, they want to do something else, they go get a part-time job, they start earning pretty quickly more than $18,000 a year, and then a year or two goes by and they didn't report anything to OPM, and then all of a sudden their pension gets cut in half. All of a sudden their pension goes down because OPM has now found out, hey, 2 years ago, you earned more than 18 grand, they start withholding money from your pension. So I love the special retirement supplement. It's a great tool, but you gotta be cognizant in how it works. And if you're going to retire and go get any type of job, we need to take a pause. Still, you may go get the job, it may make sense, but you might need to notify OPM in advance so they can start withholding or reducing your FERS supplement so it doesn't become a pension pickle, it doesn't become a tight spot in your retirement planning in the future. I hope this information has been helpful, and if you have more questions like this or you have something you're stumped by you'd like us to answer, then scroll down, leave us the comment below and submit your question, and you too might be featured in the FERS Federal Fact Check. Until next time, happy planning.